Last week on Whitetail Frenzy, Brian Bradley from Team Aaron smoked a great buck in Kentucky, but Dee Cowger and Beth Coleman from Team Kenny answered back with their elite bows as Dee cashed in on a Kentucky buck of his own and Beth took down a West Virginia doe. As we enter the 8th week of competition, Team Kenny leads Team Aaron 711 to 591. This week, we have a special guest appearance from NASCAR crew chief Tony Gibson, who, by the way, is the 2017 Daytona 500 champion crew chief from Stewart-Haas Racing and the number 41 team of Kurt Busch. But first, we join Kenny Davis as he heads to the Buckeye State during mid-October with his elite bow. There is no shortage of brotherly love between Aaron and Kenny Davis. The Davis brothers were born and raised in the Appalachian Mountains of southern West Virginia and have fiercely competed with one another in every aspect of life. Season 4 of Whitetail Frenzy takes a drastic turn as each brother has hand-selected their own team of bow hunters. Team Kenny and Team Aaron will take you on a journey of highs and lows while competing for a grand prize of $20,000.
Welcome back to another episode of Whitetail Frenzy. We are in the second half of the season. We're in the home stretch, and I'm a little happier headed into this week than I have been because now for 2 weeks in a row, Team Kenny, I am in the lead. Aaron, big brother, talking smack for 6 straight weeks. Well, guess what? I said it in the beginning. He's older. He doesn't have the stamina to make it down the stretch, and now it's showing because I'm striking back, and I'm in the lead. And now I'm headed to Ohio.
I can't believe you rubbed in my face like that.
Oh, you rubbed it in my face for 6 straight
love.
weeks.
He
there
takes
was
the
no
lead,
brotherly
and
love
all
the first
it
6 straight
is
weeks.
Smack talk for the last 2 weeks. That's all
right.
it is. It's supposed to be brotherly love and it's a little friendly competition is what I thought it was. And then you want to go off like that.
They don't see the side of you when the cameras are off. And now for the remainder of the season, I'm going to be talking trash. I'm going to be rubbing it in your face because, you know, when we did this draft and we selected our teams, Joe Van Skyok was on the board for a little while, but I drafted him, not you. And Joe Van Skyok is on Team Kenny. He helps run Starkey Hollow Whitetails. I mean, they have a lodge, accommodations, second to none. They have an awesome whitetail preserve, but they also have several hundred acres of heavily managed, free-range whitetail hunting. I'm headed up to do a little whitetail hunting with Starkey Hollow Whitetails. I mean, treated like a king, man. The food is great. The lodging is awesome. And guess what? Big bucks everywhere.
I hope you get one. I do, because I like you much better when you're happy. The last 6 weeks, oh my gosh, you've been a bear.
Well, hey, if it makes you happier, that's all right, man, because I'm telling you what, I'm hoping to kill a big buck, and I'm going to keep talking smack. I'm not going to let him live it down. You guys ready to go find some deer?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
One of the really cool things about this hunt was Joe let me come back up in the middle of the summer, and I got to bring a couple of my kids. I have 3 kids, but the youngest one, Tucker, he was too small. But Lila and Isaiah, I got to take them out, riding around on a side-by-side, hanging out in the lodge, taking them out on the private fishing lakes. They have 3 private fishing lakes up there. Took them out on a boat, did some fishing. It was an awesome time. But while I was there, I also got to set up a blind. I got to set up some covert cameras, put out some lethal addiction mineral sites, some peanut addiction, get those deer coming in. And I had one specific set with a blind that I put up. I had a really good buck showing up, and I was excited to head back up there in mid-October, climb in this blind and see if I could close the deal.
Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Dual Game Calls. Get real. Get dual. Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow. Covert scouting cameras. Size does matter. Slick Trick broadheads. The original all-steel broadhead. Warner Law Offices. Call 304-345-6789. Slash Arrows with integrated inset blades. Wild and wonderful West Virginia. The Cirrus Wind Indicator. This segment of Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Go Wild Camo, lethal addiction mineral and attractant. Camex crossbows, built like no other.
What's my first day here in Ohio? It's mid-afternoon and it's mid-October. Well, that's it for day one. Not a camera light. I'm back in the blind for another set. Same setup I was in yesterday and this morning. Had a good buck come through this morning. I don't know for sure if he was a shooter, but he looked like he could have been. I didn't get a real good look at him. He came through back here behind the blind. Some other deer went through there too, and I thought about changing my blind position so I could shoot in that trail, but I'm gonna stick with my gut. I set this blind up back in July, and I knew there were a lot of oaks on top and some oaks out here, good bedding area down low, and it's just a really good transition area. Big doe down here in Ohio, baby. That was awesome right there. What an exciting hunt. More back straps for the table. I'm gonna get this baby out of here, get her back, get her skin down, and get the meat in the freezer.
Kenny, of all the hunts you go on, the big deer that you see and you pattern, this is the hunt I'm very envious of. I mean, I know what kind of, a place Starkey Hollow Whitetail is and what it has to offer, but, I understand you're trying to beat Big Brother. You're ahead. You're wanting to add the points just a little bit.
I'm ahead.
I know. I understand that. I understand that. But you go to this place and shoot a doe? Come on.
Well, here's the deal. I'd been hunting for a few days. It's mid-October. The acorns were starting to fall. The big bucks were going nocturnal. I wasn't getting pictures of big bucks. And I knew that there's a ton of...
He knew the little brother was going to take the lead.
I've been in the lead. I know I'm in the lead. I shoot a doe. I'm going to extend my lead. But guess what? I know I can head back up there during the rut. And I got a chance to put a big buck down. But guess what? I kill this doe. I get her loaded up. I'm ready to head back to West Virginia. I even called you because I was getting pictures on my covert cell cam here in West Virginia of a good buck. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go check a couple cameras that I'd set out earlier in the week. When I got there, I checked one of my covert cameras, and guess what's on there?
Guess what's on there? Guess what's on there? Imagine that. Kenny Davis putting a covert camera out. Guess what's on there?
So it did not hurt my feelings at all to decide to stay another night in this another night.
He is so excited to be on top right now. He can't even talk. Yay, Kenny!
I get to stay another night in this immaculate lodge at Starkey Hollow Whitetails, and then I get to head out in the morning and hunt a big buck that's showing up on my covert cameras during daylight hours.
Doe harvest is worth 30 points, so Team Kenny receives 30 points for the doe and 10 additional points for the solo filmed hunt, but receives a 10-point deduction for the deer being out of focus, giving Kenny 30 total points for the doe hunt.
I'd like to show you a call that I believe everybody should have in their arsenal and is a lot of times overlooked. This is our bite and blow cow elk call. What this does, it gives you the capability to have that young, calf security call, rounds out the whole sequence of calls that you may be doing, gives that security. But the other thing about this call is, it is so simple to use. All you do is take it and just bite and blow. I'll show you. Anybody can take and make this call work. Again, having that dual chamber technology, that throat and nasal, making it the most anatomically accurate call out there.
This segment of Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Custom Bow Equipment, competition-inspired hunting sites. Peanut Addiction. The addiction is real.
Well, I'm changing it up a little bit today. Here in Ohio, cold front's in. It's down in the upper 30s. Mid-October is always a tough time to hunt, but we got a cold front. We got a flat here in front of me with acorns all over the place. I'm sitting up here on the ground putting this scent blocker bee suit to the test. You know, we made it happen last week in West Virginia. On the ground, my boy with a crossbow, 2 of his camera. Made it happen, but today, really going to put it to the test. It's trying to get drawn on a buck on the ground without a ground blind. Gonna be pretty tough, but we got a flat here near the end of this hollow, just full of oak trees, acorns all over the ground, butts up into a thicket here. I feel like I got pretty good cover right here and gets this bank with this bee suit on. Hopefully I get lucky and get a big buck cruising through here this morning. It has been a long set. I've been here since about 45 minutes before daybreak this morning. And I saw one really nice buck, and my Ohio buck tag probably should be filled right now. But I passed on him, but I'll tell you, if he comes back through, I don't think I'm going to pass him. That was a good deer, better deer than what I thought. Holy cow, I just smoked the giant. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Oh my God. I cannot believe. Oh, we got a big buck down right there, Jim, baby. He's down right there. Big buck down right here in Ohio. Oh my God, that was the deer forever. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's down right there, man. Quarter two. Oh, put him right in the shoulder. Put him down. Yeah, baby. Oh, thank you, God. Yeah. Yes. Yes, big buck down. Big buck down right here. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. That's a huge buck. That might be the biggest buck in my life. Tell you what, this is one beautiful whitetail. I'm ecstatic right now. Can't believe this. Mid-October and put down a big buck like this. And I'm up here at Starkey Hollow Whitetails, and you know, these guys are known for their preserve hunting. I mean, they got one heck of a lodge, and their preserve is several hundred acres. So you got a lot of land to hunt with a lot of big bucks. But a lot of people don't know about their free range land. You can come stay in that same lodge and hunt free range land just like I'm doing. You can come with a group. Some of you hunt free range, some of you hunt in the preserve. They offer both. And you know, your preserve hunting, you want a guaranteed hunt, that's the way to go. But I'll tell you what, their free range hunting is pretty dang good. Man, oh man, what a whitetail.
After this successful trip to the Buckeye State, Kenny has significantly stretched his lead over big brother Aaron. His Ohio buck gross scored 163 inches. Add 10 points for the solo filmed hunt, and this gives Kenny 173 points for the buck harvest, and 203 total points for the buck and doe combined. After this trip to Ohio, your score is now Team Kenny way out in front of Team Aaron, 914 to 591. This segment of Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Custard Stand, the world's finest ready-to-eat hot dog chili. Close grip bow handle. Decap turkey broadhead. Scott Releases, the #1 name in the release game. Lynch Mob Game Calls. Call your game. McCulley Taxidermy, and by Appalachian Realty Group.
Here it is, bud.
Go
Okay,
ahead,
you
bow.
did it.
You see
You
that?
killed a big
Bow-
buck. We all
bowing
know
to
about
me.
that. Now, let's take a look
hey,
at a real deer.
Yeah, we're going to fast forward a little bit, and I'm sad because he won't let me count this. Now, he said we only get to count free range deer. Now, Starkey Hollow offers free range hunting and preserve hunting. They have several hundred acres in a preserve. Tony Gibson, NASCAR crew chief, and might I say the 2017 Daytona 500 winning NASCAR crew chief, Stewart Haas Racing with Kurt Busch. This guy, he has a limited time to hunt. Their off season is so short. So Joe invited him up. He's coming up. Me and Travis Bays, we're going to go up and film this guy. And the deer that we saw, and let's just cut to the hunt. But I am sad that he's not going to let me get points for this hunt. But what a giant!
If I did, it would put the competition out of reach.
Yep. Well, let's check it out. Let's go check out the old man, Tony Gibson from Stewart Haas Racing.
Starkey Hollow Whitetail here in Ohio. It's really, really, really cold. It's been cold the last few days. My man Joe here never fails, or never seems to fail to bring the cold weather when I come up. So, it's been a last few days we saw a ton of deer. Joe's been kind of stalking them out and seeing where they're moving. They're moving across these ridges like crazy, but you got to get on them, man. They're crazy to find. So, lucky we got some snow. We just popped over this hill over here and saw a huge deer. A big deer. We didn't get a really close look at him, but we just know he's like a Christmas tree on top. So he kind of shot through these woods and shot over the top. So hopefully my man Joe here is going to put me on this big boy.
Yeah, we'll just sneak around this edge here.
Okay.
And I'll try to spot him through the trees beforehand.
Okay.
So you know where he's at.
Yeah.
Then we'll sneak around the point and hopefully we can get within 200, 250 yards.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Furthest
Holy
shot you've
cow.
ever taken?
Huh?
Is that the furthest shot you ever taken?
Yeah, that's it right there.
207.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna tell you something. I've been coming here 5 years to Starkey Hollow Whitetails here in Ohio, and my man Joe right here, he has never let me down. He takes care of his racing buddies, and we don't get to race that much or hunt that much, and he doesn't get to go to races that much. So we try to split time during the year, and this is the only time I can come and hunt. So I want to thank you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
You take
Always
care of us
welcome.
every time we come here. He takes care of us, and I'm telling you right now, you want to kill big deer, the biggest deer of your life. Starkey Hollow Whitetails in Ohio, Newcomers, Ohio. You need to come here.
Most
and do some hunting.
importantly, we have fun.
We have fun. We have a blast, and we eat good. We eat very, very good. I think last night we had pork chops, and man, we've had kielbasa, and this morning we had lucky pancakes and sausage. And we tell a lot of stories, which is good.
Family now, though.
Some good, some not, but we love these guys up here, and hopefully they'll invite us back year after year.
Well, what we
So-
need to do is go get our hands on that buck.
Yeah, we need to do that for sure. Yeah. Holy cow, we've seen a lot of big deer, but thank you so much, brother.
Where else? He's
Yeah.
an old deer. Look at pretty face on him.
He's beautiful. Big body, folks. Look at the bodies. Huh? You think I'm big? Look at this fella right here. Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Good deal.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Get some good pictures.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you again.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
Means a
you
lot
so
to me.
much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
man.
you.
Thanks for coming too, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for
1 + 1 + 1 = 3. That's 3 weeks in a row now. 3 weeks in a row that you have been on the bottom end after talking so much trash for the first 6 weeks. Team Kenny, I told you we were going to take the lead and we weren't looking back. Now we're just pulling away. It's just a matter of how bad are we going to beat Big Brother.
That's all right. That's all right. We had to hide his shoelaces the first 5 weeks of the season. I don't want to hear it. That man was in deep, deep depression. It was terrible. He wouldn't even answer my calls, wouldn't even answer my texts. I'd actually come beat on his door, and I was lucky if he'd even answer it.
It's been like a roller coaster ride. It's going down. Now I'm back on top. But hey, it is a long season. We got several weeks of this competition left. I know Big Brother and his teammates are going to do everything they can to catch us and take the lead. So make sure, in the meantime, before next week, we got some more exciting hunts coming up next week. We got members from Team Aaron going out. We got members from Team Kenny going out. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/whitetailfrenzy, and be sure to go to our online store and check out the latest Whitetail Frenzy apparel.
Starkey Hollow Whitetails offers deluxe accommodations with a spectacular lodge overlooking their very own private fishing lakes, and the option of hunting heavily managed free-range property or the large preserve. The choice is yours. If you want to book your hunt of a lifetime, search Starkey Hollow Whitetails on Facebook or call Joe Van Skyok at 813-817-9599. As week 8 of the competition comes to a close, Team Kenny has extended his lead over Team Aaron by a score of 914 to 591. Next week on Whitetail Frenzy, we have more big bucks as Jeff Perry from Team Kenny is in Ohio, while the chili man D. Cowger from Team Kenny heads to Indiana. Then, Team Aaron tries to answer back with his Pennsylvania team as the father and son duo of Bob and Justin Miller tried to help Team Aaron get back into contention. Closed captioning provided by LeeCast.com, the official voiceover of Whitetail Frenzy.